It's episode number 15 of Courage Pays Better Than Fear. I am one of your hosts, Jeremy Hritz, alongside
dumbass Edmund.
And Edmund's a dumbass today because he agreed to the jalapeno habanero Reaper challenge. You can see here we have some delicious jalapenos, some habaneros, some Reapers. These were canned in the fall. They're nice and juicy. And regardless of what this clown said on Facebook, he suggested this.
I did not suggest it.
Yes,
I don't know where you get this. I may have said like, hey, remember when we did that last challenge? And you must have been like, hey, let's do another one. I'm like, why?
So we're doing it. So he's getting held accountable here today. And basically the way this is going to work, we're gonna work our. What do you want to? Do you want to work from easiest to hardest, or we want to go from hardest to easiest?
I don't know.
Just want to ease into it?
Yes, ease into it. So that way we can actually give some kind of, have a conversation today.
All right, so we're going to go jalapenos first with just a little mild heat. Then we're going to the habanero. Then we're going to the Reaper. All the while, our show's topic today is about asking for help. Because...
will somebody help me, please?
Ain't nobody coming to save you, Edmund.
That is true. There's no one coming to save you.
It is true, but it's important to be able to ask for help. I know that for the longest time, I struggle with that, asking, because I looked at it as a sign of weakness, but it's not. You need people to help, and there are people out there who want to help you, so that's going to be our topic today. And before we get into today's Furious 3, let's get started with the jalapenos.
All right. I don't think these are that bad.
Yeah, these aren't too bad.
Here we go. Jalapeno. Right. Hallelujah.
All right, you ready?
Let's go.
That's good.
They're sweet.
Yeah, like you.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Question number 1. What? Oh man, this is not. See, now I'm like drawing a blank here.
Because it messes with your head.
I know. I think I'm worried about that guy right there.
You put the juice freaking from the Reaper right next to it.
What was one sport that you played as a kid that you were really, really good at?
I was good at baseball. I went through like all my little league stuff, and I remember starting baseball. I didn't know where like right field was, left field was, center field. I knew none of that, and I remember it like specifically because I remember all my friends like when the coach would say, "Let's go to right field," and everybody, one of my friends would dart to right field. I'm like, I don't even know any of the positions, so I don't know if it was my coach at the time that sucked, but I just didn't know where anything was. And then I think there was an event where I was playing shortstop, and I ended up throwing and getting someone out in one of the games, and like my coach came to me later that day, I guess, and was like, "Hey man, I think we really need to try you out in pitching." So I was a pitcher, was pretty good, one of the best in the league. And then I would probably say I was around number 3 or 4 in the league. So it was, I loved it. But, speaking about asking for help, there were so many times where I was just like I need additional help with this, learning how to pitch and all of that. And I remember going to my dad and asking him, like, Dad, can you, show me how to pitch, do something where I can practice? And he put a rubber tire and roped it up to the fence, and then I sat out back and literally threw baseballs the entire time, trying to get it through the center of the tire. Yeah. Had a little pitcher's mound out back and everything. So baseball was something I was pretty good at.
Man.
And then I got too cool. My friends were I was too cool to do sports. I hung out with friends and made all the bad decisions, and that's a regret that I have. It's something I wish I would have stuck with.
All right, so little did we know he was a pitcher of baseball.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it?
You're such a jerk.
Tongue feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
All right, so they weren't bad.
All right, next one. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
One superpower.
One. Just one.
That's a freaking tough one. I don't know.
I know where the space in your brain where you went to there, and you didn't need to say anything.
Oh man, I don't know. Go to the next question. I'll think.
All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so this one is more deep, like life
Right.
If you could, and this is something I heard from Tim Ferriss ask Jocko Willink, if you could have anything on the billboard that represents your motto, what you believe in, what would that billboard say?
Courage pays better than fear.
Oh, damn! Oh, snap!
Like
I love it. I love it. That was
Damn,
great.
right on the billboard,
Beautiful.
right?
Beautiful. All right, back to your superpower, homie.
My superpower, I wish I could fly. Right, Superman was my guy growing up. Like that was my hero growing up, and you know, I hate waiting. Like I hate traffic. I hate all that. I just want to like when I'm ready to go. Like I'm ready to go. I want to get going. Like today, this weekend, taking the family to New York City. My son wants to see the Titanic exhibit while it's out there, and then I'm going to take Miles to go see the dinosaur museum. But I just want to get there. Like, I wish I could just snap my fingers and be there, and then, like, traveling and stuff. Like, man, I want to go to Bora Bora, but, like, I dread the freaking flight to Bora Bora. Like, it's, like, 2 days. Like, it's insane.
You afraid of flying?
No, I mean, I'm fine with flying, but sitting on an airplane, it's just, like, sitting still. It's just something hard. It's hard for me to do, sit still. So, speaking of sitting still, that pepper's just sitting there.
We're getting there.
We're going to get there.
Let's pause
Try
for
to
a
get
second.
this over with, gang. So, all right, let's go.
All right, that was a good Furious 3. Like your answer there, but I think you're absolutely right. It's time for some habanero.
Do we want to do it now, or do you want to talk about, like, give them some kind of...
No. We're good. We're professionals.
We're not professionals.
All right, look, I got the bigger one.
That's not what she said. We're sorry, gangs. This is what happens sometimes. Like,
Do you want to cheers?
You get two clowns together.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, habaneros. Almost have like a sweet,
It is
citrusy.
Mm-hmm. Here comes the burn now.
Yeah, definitely step up from the jalapeno.
Jalapeno was really just kind of sweet. It
Yeah.
didn't... I get them on my tacos.
I think I took the first drink.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Now that.
I'm not looking forward to that.
No, I'm not looking forward to that. So anyway, our topic today is talking about asking for help, why it's important, and a lot of times we can get into this frame of mind where we feel like we could do it all on our own. We're taught to be self-sufficient. We're taught to be independent. And I know for the longest time, that's the type of mentality that I embrace, that, I got this. And it's very much true. You have to be self-sufficient. You have to be independent. You have to do things on your own. But there is a time and place when you need to ask for help. If you're struggling with something, if you don't know something, if you're uncertain about something, that's what life is about. It's asking for help. Yeah, and I think about, whenever I started this journey, I came to you asking for help.
Yeah, I mean, there was, just our conversations, like when we're working out and all that stuff, like, there's things that are on men's mind and, everybody's mind, to where, like, you're like, I got to talk about this. There's a situation going on. Like, when you hold stuff in, it just eats you up inside, and then it just, it'll eventually lead to, other issues. So the more you talk about things, the better. That, I would say asking for help was something that I think I was pretty good at asking for help. Like, I wasn't shy about asking for help. I used to ask my mom all the time, friends, family. Then what I really started paying attention to was, asking my coaches for help. As I progressed through the Replace Your Mortgage program and had questions about that, Michael Lush and his team were always there to help. It's to start and burn. And the real estate, when I got involved in real estate, that was, Nate Lambert and his team, which is now includes me, asked for help. Isn't it interesting, like, how, like, because of the burn, like, I can't even really focus on what I'm saying.
Do you need some help?
No. So yeah, it wasn't that hard for me to do.
Yeah.
So.
And I know, with young kids, it's important to teach them. It's a skill set, really.
It is.
Being able to ask or know when you're in a position that you need to ask for help, and that's something that I've been trying to do.
That's what we said as teachers all the time. I mean, me and you, when we taught class together, I think the kids got pretty comfortable. Like, okay, I can ask these guys for help. I'm not going to get made fun of. I'm not, we're not going to tie anybody up like
That's
we
true.
did Chris.
Shout out to Chris.
He's killing it, by the way. He's one of the kids that we're coaching through the real estate program, and him and Gabby. Yeah, shout out to you guys. They're in the phase now where they're reviewing homes, like they're actually doing walkthroughs of homes and stuff. And these guys are never shy to ask for help. Like they reach out to us on Facebook all the time, so it's good.
Yeah, and
check in. Yeah, where are you at?
I mean, I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
there yet.
I'm not ready.
So
for that.
I'm not either.
So it's funny how you said, when we were teachers, we used to tell the kids, ask for help. But, how often do we take our own advice? And I think it's an important thing, and we were talking about this today, and for all the viewers out there, when's the last time that you took your own advice? Because you have kids, your spouse, your family, you're always offering help to them. But when's the last time that you really took a look at your own life, evaluated your own life, and said, you know what, I could use some support or I could use some help in this area? And I think, that's something that hopefully you take away from this episode. You might be stuck on something. I know last week we talked about was a hard week. We got through it. I definitely needed help last week, and that's where this clown came in.
He had me rucking in the rain. Like, who goes?
But you helped me.
Yeah, I know, because you were gonna cry about it if not. But that's what your accountability partner does, right? Sometimes you gotta do things you don't want to do. That didn't come out right, but.
So can you think of experiences that you've had or were you?
Oh yeah,
been around?
I my wife all the time, right? Like, I'm quick to, respond to her and be like, hey, like she's now going through the process of going back to school, wanting to become a trauma doctor, which is totally awesome, totally support it. It's not going to be easy, but, as somebody that coaches people in real estate and everything else, like, I'm quick to tell her, what to do, and, like, the steps to take. And sometimes I just got to stop and, like, wait for her to say, hey, I need your help. I don't need you in my ear right now. And then, like, there's times that come up where I want to do something. And I'm like, look at you telling her, like, you could do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And in the back of your mind, like, in the back of my mind, like, I'm not taking the steps that I need to take. Right? So it's easy to tell somebody, it's easy to dish it out and tell somebody, what to do, how to do it, But when it comes to yourself sometimes, you gotta hold yourself accountable and be like, look, okay, I know I preach this, I need to live this too.
100%.
So, yeah, that's important.
And speaking about preaching it and living it, we've come to the point in the show where it is time to consume the... It's time to eat some Carolina Reapers, brother.
All right. So before we eat these Reapers, for those of you that are out there and have been following along, first of all, we greatly appreciate it.
100%.
Right? And, we get a lot of questions all the time, like, what's this replace your mortgage thing that you're talking about? What's this coaching program that you guys do? For those of you out there that have a mortgage, all right, and I know I said this before, like, it really is not the best financial tool to purchase a home with, okay? And there's so many reasons why. And we would love, our company would love to explain that to you. So in the links below, make sure to click the link below, schedule a totally free discovery call, and our account executives can analyze whether or not this other financial product, a first position home equity line of credit, is better for you, okay, as opposed to a mortgage. Now, first position home equity lines of credit are not for everybody, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, interest rates are up, and this, that, the other. Their time and balance are far more important than your interest rate, and that is something I had to unlearn, right? Yeah. Speaking of asking for help, I can't count how many times I've asked Michael Lush to explain this interest rate thing to me because it's not sinking in. So you've really got to kind of unlearn things. Yep. Real estate. Anybody out there that's interested in getting involved in real estate investing? I'm now in this 3.5 years. I have 9 or so rental properties at this point, over 40 real estate transactions. I'm pretty familiar with how all of this works. Have a coaching program, replace your employer. You can go to www.replaceyouruniversity.com. He's going to drop the link in there. There's a pathway you can go down for replace your employer. Book a free discovery call with me, and we can talk to you about anything that has to do with real estate and whether or not you're a good fit for us and vice versa.
Yeah, I like how you're getting all this in before this goes down.
Yeah,
really
because
bad.
after that it gets bad.
Yeah, so shout out, Replace Your Dollar. If you've ever wanted to learn how to trade the stock markets, I would love to work with you. Click the link in the show notes, offering 12 sessions of coaching along with premium education from real life trading.
Best education out there.
Best, as Jeremy Newsom has trained me, and so grateful for that. So click that link if you want to learn how to trade. And again, this is about to go down.
Well, hold on. Don't you got a person you got to thank?
Yes. So I want to we give some positivity, and we're coming up on time here, but I want to give a shout out to Sarah for the email that she sent to me. Kudos to you. I wanted to read your email here on the air, but your words of encouragement, much appreciated.
So who was Sarah?
Sarah was a teacher that I worked with back in the education field. Outstanding teacher, cared about kids. She's moved into a different profession. She's doing an amazing job. She's happy. She's found what she wanted to do. But I wanted to send some positive vibes your way, Sarah. That meant so much to me that you reached out to me.
That's awesome. 1, 2, 3, go.
That was fast. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yours is really red.
Gah!
Oh,
man.
Oh. Dude, you left a little bit there, bro. Went all over the table. I'll sit here for a minute, too. How you feeling?
I'm gonna throw this one up.
You got it, bud.
I don't know, why do I agree to these things? So, it's like
Was it hitting you?
Yeah, it's very sweet in the beginning. Goes down pretty smooth, doesn't really necessarily burn. But as like the air starts to hit it, I would say 30 seconds or so later, yeah, it's pretty painful. It's hot, that's for sure. And then these seeds are the worst.
It's like the outsides of my tongue is where it's...
My lips are burning. I'm gonna go home and give Stephanie a kiss.
Oh,
she freaking...
That's better than trying to give me a kiss. Well, hey, we did it. I think we're gonna go off camera and throw up.
I'm definitely gonna... We gotta do something. Like, now it's bad. Holy shit. I'm sorry for cussing on here, but there comes a point to where, like, enough is enough.
Hey, man.
Get off
I
me.
love you. I love you, brother. Anyway, that's going to do it for episode 15 of the Courage Pays Better Than Fear podcast. I am one of your hosts, Jeremy Hritz. Super grateful and appreciative that you joined us here today. Edmund Fontana is appreciative that you joined us here today. Please give us a like, drop some comments, let us know what you thought of today's show.
Smash the subscribe button.
Smash the subscribe button. And we
end it.
We will see you back here next week, episode number 16 for the Courage Pays Better Than Fear podcast. See you, everybody.
Bye.